for her, and she's a big personality, and I also felt very guilty about us having to spend so much time away from my father and her having to spend so much time away from her son, my little brother, who was growing up, and that it was because of me. It was because of what I was doing, and it was my fault. And I remember her actually turning to me one night and saying, "You're the reason why I'm missing my son growing up." And that was a punch in the gut. But as grateful as I wanted to say to her, "But I didn't ask you to take me on auditions. I didn't. I wasn't even old enough to, proceed to understand anything but good, bad, hot, cold, diaper change, food, that kind of stuff." So there were really high emotions. I loved what I did and I had great experiences, but at the same time I was like, I didn't beg you to give me your life, to sacrifice all of this so that I could have this career.
Yeah, it wasn't your dream. It wasn't your choice.
And I don't know if it would have been
Sure,
eventually.
yeah.
I wondered that all the time.
Talk to me about that, because even earlier when I read the excerpt from the book, you talk about this idea of acting being a talent that you just leaned into because it was a gift that you were given and then you leaned into it. It's almost like you never got the opportunity to discover who you would have been.
I remember being about, I would say around probably 12 years old and having a total identity crisis. I mean, I was standing in my room and had been auditioning and acting for years, and I was sitting there going, "Well, who am I? Which part am I?" Because I can be all of these different characters, and I can find all these parts in me, and I can become, and I can bring out my fiercer side, or I can be more gentle, whatever the character called for. And they all felt like parts of me. But who the heck was I? Like, just without this, who would I be if without this? So I was very aware of it, and I was very aware that it was going to have an impact on me when I was older. And I was very worried about that. I didn't talk to anybody about it ever. I didn't think anybody would ever have an answer. I don't, to it. But I was like, this is going to screw you up as an adult. It's going to rear its ugly head, and it's going to, and you're not going to be able to